On the morning of February 27, 2002, the Sabarmati Express cut across the Indian state of Gujarat. Inside the carriages were hundreds of Hindu pilgrims, returning home to Ahmedabad after a religious ceremony in Ayodhya. The train made a stop at the Godhra railway station. On the platform, an argument broke out between the returning passengers and local vendors. Within minutes, the dispute escalated into physical violence. Under circumstances that remain fiercely debated, 4 coaches caught fire. Many passengers were trapped inside the burning train. 59 people, including women and children, burned to death. This localized tragedy at the Godhra station acted as the catalyst for a statewide catastrophe. The political response was immediate. Gujarat's Chief Minister, Narendra Modi, issued a statement pointing the finger of blame directly at local Muslims for the train fire. The state government then made a highly controversial decision. They transported the charred bodies of the train victims directly to the capital city of Ahmedabad. Displaying the victims in this manner stoked intense, widespread public fury. Simultaneously, the Vishva Hindu Parishad, a prominent Hindu nationalist organization, mobilized its base, issuing a call for a statewide band, or general strike, for the following day. Provocative political rhetoric, the public parading of the victims, massive mobilization of nationalist groups created an environment where large-scale violence became likely. By February 28th, the VHP strike transitioned into a systematic assault against Gujarat's Muslim minority. Mobs arrived in vulnerable neighborhoods in trucks, many wearing saffron robes. They did not move blindly. The attackers used mobile phones to coordinate their routes, track targets, and share information on the ground. To find their targets, the mobs relied on government-issued printouts. They used municipal voter rolls and property lists to pinpoint the exact locations of homes and businesses owned by Muslims. As we can see modeled here, the attackers used this data to intentionally torch and destroy specific Muslim-occupied properties. Building by building, they carried out these attacks while carefully sparing the immediately adjacent businesses owned by Hindus. The logistical precision of these methods indicates a coordinated campaign of ethnic cleansing. The resulting massacres were absolute in their brutality. In Naroda, Patiya, and the Gulbarg society, entire communities were surrounded, trapped, and killed by the thousands. Desperate victims flooded the police with calls for help. According to multiple independent reports, officers frequently responded to these pleas by stating, "We have no orders to save you." While Chief Minister Modi publicly claimed the situation was being brought under control, the state government withheld deployment of the army until March 1st, well after the worst of the carnage had already been inflicted. The human cost was staggering. The official death toll surpassed 1,000, though independent estimates placed the number of dead past 2,000, predominantly Muslims. Over 150,000 civilians were driven from their homes and forced into crowded refugee camps. The state apparatus, whether by intent or severe negligence, stepped aside, allowing the massacres to reach this catastrophic scale. In the immediate aftermath, Modi faced severe international backlash. The United States, the United Kingdom, and the European Union instituted de facto travel bans against him, citing human rights concerns. Domestically, India navigated a maze of conflicting investigations for over a decade. Independent human rights organizations published extensive reports documenting state complicity, while a special investigation team, appointed by the Supreme Court, analyzed the official police and government records. In 2012, that special investigation team released its conclusion. They officially cleared Modi of complicity, determining there was a lack of prosecutable evidence connecting him directly to the violence. Victims' families fiercely contested this report. The pushback was led by Zakia Jafri, whose husband Ahsan was killed in the Gulbarg Society massacre. She filed a high-profile protest petition, demanding executive accountability. The legal battle dragged on for another 10 years. Finally, a 2022 Supreme Court of India ruling dismissed Jafri's petition, firmly upholding Modi's exoneration. This leaves a historical disconnect. The state's widespread failure to protect minority citizens is extensively documented, yet the judicial system ultimately found no basis to assign executive accountability. The violence of 2002 did not end Narendra Modi's political career. Instead, it polarized the Gujarat electorate in his favor. Capitalizing on the anger stemming from the initial Godhra train burning, His party swept the December 2002 state elections, securing a massive victory at the ballot box. Consolidating this nationalist base established a political foundation that sustained his administration through the next decade, eventually serving as the springboard for his transition to national leadership in 2014. The 2002 riots shattered the state's communal harmony, creating the exact political conditions for a nationalist leadership that continues to reshape the destiny of the world's largest democracy.